All right, so we're back in the laboratory with, I think, all the tools I could possibly need for the final installment of shaving lead. Uh, I've got my files again. I've got a needle nose pliers. I've got a angle cutting snip. I've got my scale. I've got 3 magazines, and I've got the B14R. The B14's out because Jose over at J Delta 22, he mentioned in part 2 that, yeah, you know what, you're using a long barrel. Yeah, I was using a 24-inch barrel. So we're going to find out if it makes a difference with the 16-inch barrel, because possibly that 24-inch barrel or that extra 8 inches on that barrel maybe is giving the projectile enough time going down it to reshape it enough, adhere to the lands and grooves to why it was still flying straight, in my opinion. So we're going to see if it changes anything up with a shorter barrel. Some people made some comments about that I'm not, necessarily getting the actual pressure on the case and the projectile, or that I'm breaking this seal here. If you watch really closely on both the first and the second video, when I run it down the obturating band, you can see a lot of times that the projectile is spinning on it. So it's breaking that seal, but we're going to really break the seal this time. I'm going to bend the bullets with a needle nose pliers. And I'm also going to do all of the above stuff on it again. I'm going to mar it up in every way possible, and then I'm going to take some weight off the tip of it. Instead of filing it down, I'm going to just clip a piece off, and then I'm going to set the piece that I clip off aside, measure how much weight I took off of the projectiles, and I'll get a before I do it and after weight on the scale. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras going out here. So after I do this portion of it, I'm going to have to move this camera over to capture the Garmin information. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to mar up all the bullets so I can capture that and talk to you while I'm doing that. And then I'm going to just set the bullets all aside or load them into magazines. And then I'll reposition everything and we'll do the shooting portion of it. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get this going. We will do the first one. We're going to do the same thing here again. We're going to run the projectile down it. Alright, we are going to hit that obturating band again. And God, I wish you could see this. Maybe you can't. It's hard to hold on to the round with this lube that's on it. So when I grab the case, it slips on me, and hopefully that's really picking up on it and showing you what's going on there, because I marred up that obturating band so bad that it's silver around it by spinning it. We're going to put that groove in the side of it that we did before, and then we are going to weigh it. So let's position this here, tear the scale out. It says it weighs 51.2 grains. We're going to take some lead off. Alright, so that's what we did there. And now let's weigh it and see what we wind up with. 50.9, so it really doesn't take that much off. So that's probably not enough. So let's take some more off. Oh yeah, there we go. So I think I said 51.2 to start with. Now it's 47.7 grains. So we are going to set this projectile aside as a worst case projectile. Let's do it again. Go down it. Get that obturating band. Put a groove in it. Weigh it. 51.9. Take some lead off. Dang it. 51.4. We'll just call it good. Because I don't want them to be perfectly concentric with one another. Go down it. Obturating. A groove. Take a bunch of weight off of it. Uh, 50.3. Go down it. Obturating. Groove. Take the tip off. I know I didn't weigh these before, but they should be pretty close to, yeah, I took a lot off that one. That's 47.1 compared to the starting weight of 52.1, which is what the first one that I weighed before I messed with it was. So put a groove in it. Take a bunch off the tip. Ooh, I heard that fall in there. Look at that chisel point thing. Look at that. $46.9. Alright, so there's my 5 all of the aboves plus. Instead of running the tip down or flattening it out, I'm taking lead off of it. Let's get an idea how much we took off in lead here. So we took, hopefully that captures it, 13.7 grains it looks like of lead off by doing this. Actually, probably a little bit more than that because I found some stuff off to the side. So, all right, so you get the idea what I'm doing here. So there's that. That'll be my 5. I'm going to do a control of 5, and I'm going to do 3 sample groups. One of the sample groups is I've got a piece of wood that I picked up off the ground here. I'm going to take some undamaged projectiles, and I'm going to wedge the wood in here to bind my magazine up. To make, to simulate, okay, it's a feeding issue because of the mag, which would be more realistic or more appropriate to what real world is going to happen to you than this grotesque thing that I'm doing over here. Because there were some comments about that what I'm doing doesn't properly simulate what's actually happening to the round by binding up in the action, which again is putting those stresses on where the projectile seats to the case. So I'm going to actually have it bound up in there with the piece of wood, and I tested one projectile before I did any of this, and I got it where I had to ram the bolt to make it go in. So all of those forces we're talking about applying should be happening, and then I extracted it to show or to see for myself how much lead actually came off the projectile by doing that. That'll be one of the other test groups. And then a third test group I'm going to do is I am going to see if I can't tweak the round out a little ways and then get it to seal back in where I'm really breaking the seal. and then I'll load those all up in a magazine and then just feed that without the piece of wood and see what that does. So that'll give me control, this mess, this here. Uh, yeah, I guess it'll just be those three. And maybe I'll think of something while I'm doing it, or if one of them does something really crazy, maybe I will repeat what I did on that one. So anyway, let me kill the cameras here so I can get this one moved over to capture the chronograph data and get this done so I can go home and work on editing a video all night long. So anyway, I'll be right back with you. All right, so before I move this camera over to the chronograph and start shooting this, I figured this is actually a better time for me to bend these bullets and try to capture this so you can see what's going on here. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get 5 of these out of, out of the case a little bit. And I hope that's picking up on it, but I can clearly see with my naked eye there that that is out of there. Look at that. See how far bent over it is? So that's going to be one projectile. Two projectiles. Three projectiles. And the last one. Alright, now we'll kill this camera, reset everything up. Alright, so we got everything switched over and ready to go. I got a mag of 6 rounds, and we are going to get rid of the cold bore, shoot a control group of 5 rounds, upper left-hand corner target. Then we are going to shoot the 5 rounds that I cut up and filed and everything on the target to the right of that, and then we will drop down to the lower left hand target and we will load up a mag of 5 with the rounds that I bent, and I thought I could try to also like purposely jam up the magazine here and run a group like that by like pulling on it or sticking a stick in it and getting it off. But believe it or not, guys, I have a hard time with this B14 since I staked it, and especially with slippery ammo like this SK stuff. I don't have feed issues with it where it binds up on me, so I can't force it to do it no matter how much I jerk on it, which is why I set this up. And I may try to do it on the final group, but for the most part I can't get it or can't make it happen that way. So anyway, shut my suck. Let's shoot our cold bore and get rid of that. We are going to block the chrono out. Alright. And It's not picking up. Why not? The beauty of Arca. All right. All right. We will load up the rounds that I chisel pointed and did everything to. I do have a little bit of wind here. You might be able to see in the downrange camera the tops of some cattails moving back and forth about 65 yards or so out in front of me. Alright, we will go to the target to the right. $11.25 for an average right now, $11.17 on that last one. Oh. I don't think that camera's going to pick up on it because I might be zoomed in too far. That went... Nope, you're going to be able to see that if I think it is what it is. I think I hit the backer board a solid 6 inches from the center of the target there. Same hold. Oh yeah, 1192 for speed. $12.15. Yeah, the chisel point rounds are smoking out of here for sure. $11.51. $11.25. $11.70. And I can only make out two rounds actually on the paper out of that. So cutting that 6-7 grains or whatever it was off the end of it turned these subsonic into CCI stingers essentially. Now there is no way that's going to feed in there, so I am going to have to straighten this back out, but the damage should be done. So I'm going to just true it back up. Actually, you know what? I'll feed them in here and see if I can't make it, or if it doesn't just kind of fix itself and go in. And hopefully the camera on the chamber picks up on that. And that's focused in there. So, all right, the target, and it went in. The target, left-hand side, bottom one. $11.27. $11.20. $11.18. $11.34. $11.25. So that group size doubled. So there's something to that, bending the projectile, if you bend it enough to, open that up. Now, I did it pretty exaggerated, so you know what, we're going to bend 5 more. But we're just not going to bend them quite as far, I guess. We're going to just tweak it to where I can feel that the seal has been broken and it's moved over. All right. And yeah, what do we got here? So all right, we're gonna go that last blank target. And that looks like the first control group. And I bent those. I hope the camera picks up on it. I just didn't do it to such an exaggerated extreme as the ones that were, canted off at a 60 or 70 degree angle when I held them up here and showed them to you. And there's no rifle out there that feeds that horribly that you're ever going to distort something that bad. So I don't know if I proved anything or not here. I mean, there might be something to breaking that seal, but I mean, unless someone's got some internal footage of an action, or what I really wish I could have done is I wish I could have got this thing or forced this thing, to not feed. You know what? Actually, we'll just load some up and try one last time here. I couldn't make it do it before. We'll shoot like in the middle of this target here. I know I'm just rambling at this point, but it's frustrating because I want to put this video to bed, and I don't ever want to revisit this subject again. But people are making valid points that need to be looked at. Maybe after this video, if there's still something out there and you disagree with my initial conclusions, which I'm still leaning towards, and you disagree with it, then you do a video on it and call it part 4. And if you bear something out, I might want to follow it and try it again. But until then, I don't think so. So we are going to tweak on this, and then there, yeah, see, if I tried to ram it home, so you can see it hung up. Now let's pull this out. That is as much as you're ever going to put on something. Oh, and look at what I did to the round. Does that look familiar? I hope that camera's picking up on it. That is far less than the damage I did with any files on anything. You can see it tore into the operating band there. And again, I hope that's picking up on it, and what it did to the tip. So let's go ahead and feed this one, because I got it to go in. And I am going to shoot alright, so the upper right hand box, it only has 2 rounds in it. We are shooting at the 6 o'clock position of the outer black circle. That is my aiming point. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't grab the magazine. There, see, I got it bound up. If I back off of it a little, then I can get it to close. Bind it up, and again, it won't. Bind it up, jam it in. I'm not intentionally taking longer to shoot these groups. I have a much finer point of reference that I'm aiming at, so I want to make sure that I am actually aiming at it. It's harder to make out than that red circle on these targets, so because I want this to be a true comparison. And there we go again. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the theory's about, well, because what I did to the rounds didn't mimic a round binding up in an action. You can put that to bed. That dog doesn't hunt as far as I'm concerned, and prove it otherwise. I mean, it's great to use words and stuff, but I think I just proved that doesn't work. That group is as good as the control standard group is right now. So there it is. I'm done with this, guys. If you found it enjoyable, make a comment down below. No disrespect to anybody. I'm not trying to disc anybody. Everybody has thoughts and opinions on this. It's just I'm the only one that's actually done anything to try and prove it out and show what I've done with it. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Prove me that I'm wrong. That's all I'm asking. As always, I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you at the range, guys.